In a quiet corner of the world, nestled between rolling hills, was Lumatown, a place where magic was as real as the grass under your feet. The streets shimmered with stones like starlight, but the true wonder was the lanterns, hundreds floating in the sky, glowing with every color imaginable. Each lantern held a flicker of someone's dream or memory, bobbing gently like jellyfish in the air. The townsfolk were gentle, furry creatures with kind eyes, spending their days in gardens and their nights under the lantern's glow. At night, the lanterns cast a warm, comforting light, making the world feel safe and cozy. At the center of town floated the Heartlight, the biggest, brightest lantern, pulsing with golden light. It held all the love and hope of Lumatown, keeping every other lantern shining. As long as the Heartlight glowed, the town was a beacon of peace. Among the villagers was Nilo, a small creature with big, curious eyes.
I love the lanterns. I know each one's story, but the Heartlight is my favorite.
Every evening, Nilo watched the Heartlight, feeling part of something big and beautiful. One morning, a strange hush fell over Lumatown. The lanterns were dim, their colors faded. The Heartlight was gone, vanished from the sky. Fear swept through the village as the lantern's glow weakened. Shadows grew long and menacing, and the warmth of the town faded into a cold sadness.
I can't let our light fade away. Narrator. The villagers huddled together, their whispers full of worry. Nilo remembered stories of darkness before the Heartlight and felt a deep ache. But as he looked at the worried faces, determination sparked inside him. Someone had to act. S1, Media Group, concerned villager looking up at the sky. Someone speaking anxiously in a group. Villagers discussing with anxious faces in a cozy town setting. Add it stock, add it distribute _equally. What will we do without the Heartlight?
Nilo decided he would find the Heartlight and bring it home. He was small, but his hope was strong. The adventure was about to begin. Nilo quietly packed a small bag, bread, water, and his favorite blue lantern, still flickering with hope. He built a sturdy raft from reeds and vines, ready to follow the River of Whispers into the unknown. As dusk fell, his friend Pip ran to the riverbank.
Nilo, it's too dark, don't go.
I have to try. If I don't, the darkness will win.
With a brave smile, Nilo pushed off, his blue lantern lighting the way. The river carried him away from home into the quiet night. The world was vast and mysterious, but Nilo's heart was set. He was a small creature on a big adventure, all for the sake of bringing back the light. The journey had begun. Hope floated with him on the river. The River of Whispers lived up to its name. Soft murmurs filled the air as Nilo drifted past shadowy trees. Curious shadow creatures with glowing eyes watched from the banks, not menacing but playful.
Maybe they'll like my lantern's light.
The shadows danced with the blue glow, turning darkness into play. Further downstream, Nilo's raft bumped a mossy stone.
Where are you off to, little one?
I'm searching for the Heartlight. My town needs it.
Lights don't just disappear. They get lost or forgotten. Follow the river. And remember, a light is strongest when shared.
Nilo thanked the wise stone, feeling lighter. He wasn't lost. He had a path and a purpose. The river would lead him to where lost things gather. The journey continued, guided by hope and kindness. The shadows followed, no longer frightening, but friendly. Nilo's courage grew with every bend in the river. The adventure pressed on. The river led Nilo to a hidden cove and a vast, overgrown garden filled with dark, silent lanterns. Each lantern was a forgotten story, a memory left behind. Nilo's heart ached as he wandered among them. On a stone bench sat a girl with midnight hair, Lysa from the Sky Villages.
Hello, you must be far from home.
Nilo told her about Lumatown and the missing Heartlight.
Sometimes, when a light feels forgotten, it hides. It just needs kindness to shine again. She'd been trying to help the forgotten lanterns remember their light. The Heartlight is probably here, waiting to be reminded it's loved.
The task seemed impossible. But Lisa's hope was contagious. Maybe, with kindness, the lights could shine again. Nilo felt a new flicker of hope. Together, they would try. The garden was waiting for their light. The search for the Heartlight continued. Nilo and Lisa began with one lantern, a dusty crescent moon.
Once my mother baked the sweetest cakes in Lumatown.
As Lisa hummed, a faint light flickered inside the lantern. Encouraged, they shared stories and songs with more lanterns. Each act of kindness brought another lantern to life. The garden slowly filled with gentle, growing light. Shadow creatures joined in, dusting lanterns and dancing in the glow. The garden transformed from sadness to celebration. Nilo's blue lantern shone brighter than ever, surrounded by new friends.
Every light matters, every story counts.
They hadn't found the Heartlight yet, but they'd learned something vital. Light is strongest when shared. Even the smallest lantern can shine with love. The garden was alive with hope. The Heartlight was near. A glowing moss path led Nilo and Lisa to a great willow tree where the Heartlight waited, dim and lonely. They sat beside it, offering gentle words and warmth.
We miss you. Lumatown isn't the same without you. Lisa hummed, and the garden's lanterns pulsed in a steady rhythm. Shadow creatures gathered, their eyes full of hope.
Slowly, a golden spark appeared inside the Heartlight. With every kind word, the spark grew into a brilliant, pulsing light. The Heartlight remembered it was loved. The garden glowed with joy. Nilo and Lisa, with their new friends, carried the Heartlight back to Lumatown. The river sparkled as they returned. The villagers cheered, lanterns shining brighter than ever. The Festival of Light filled the town with music and stories. Nilo and Lisa were heroes, but the real lesson was clear. Every light matters, and kindness keeps a community shining. Lumatown would never forget to cherish its Heartlight, or each other.